Welcome back to the show, everyone. Today, we're diving into some intense global events, from Russia's role in the Middle East to political violence in the U.S. Let's start with Russia's offer to mediate between Israel and Iran. Putin's trying to step in and calm things down, but could this just be a strategic move?
Right, Putin's actions do seem more about playing both sides. I mean, he spoke with both Iran and Israel. And then the very next day, Trump, on his birthday no less. A strange coincidence. Or is Putin trying to strengthen ties with the US while juggling the Middle East?
It definitely raises questions. You'd think that with all of Russia's ties to Syria and Iran, they'd have a harder time winning trust, especially from Iran, right? Do you think Russia's real goal is peace, or is it about avoiding more sanctions from the US?
I think it's the latter. Russia's trying to bolster its influence in the region after losing some ground in Syria. The idea of regaining trust from both the US and the Middle East sounds appealing, but the skepticism from Iran says a lot. Can a country with its own interests in the region really mediate effectively?
Exactly. Moving on to a tragic story in India. The plane crash in Gujarat has shaken a lot of people. The couple, Hardik and Vibhuti, were so young, 27 and just engaged. It's heartbreaking. The whole world is mourning with them. Have you seen how many people were touched by their story?
Yeah, it's one of those stories that just hits you. Imagine planning your wedding, just starting a new life together, and then this. The randomness of life and how quickly things can change is both terrifying and humbling.
It really is. And in other news, the UK has appointed its first female MI6 chief, Blaise Metravelli, a tech-savvy leader with experience across the Middle East and Europe. Pretty cool, right?
Absolutely. It's a huge step forward. The fact that she's been with MI6 since 1999 shows she's got the experience, and leading the technology and innovation division proves she's prepared for modern threats like cyber attacks. I wonder how much more emphasis there'll be on tech and intelligence going forward.
It's an exciting time for MI6, no doubt. Now, moving over to the U.S., there's been a disturbing rise in political violence. A Democratic lawmaker and her husband were tragically killed, and it's being investigated as politically motivated. This follows a concerning trend we've seen over the past few years.
Yeah, it's alarming. When you look at the 2020 kidnapping plot in Michigan and the Capitol riot in 2021, it feels like something's brewing beneath the surface. More and more Americans seem to believe violence for political causes is justified. Where does that leave us as a country?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The increasing polarization and division are real. It's almost like people see violence as a legitimate tool for change, which is terrifying. What happens when public trust in institutions erodes to this point?
Honestly, it's a slippery slope. We need better ways to address this discontent before it spirals out of control. But let's lighten things up a bit. Have you heard about the egg harvest farm scandal in Georgia?
Oh, don't remind me. It's horrifying. Allegedly, 60 Thai women were lured to Georgia under false pretenses, only to be trapped and forced into selling their eggs. The abuse they faced was shocking. It's like something out of a nightmare.
It's chilling, and to think these women were threatened with bodily harm if they tried to escape. It's a reminder of the dark side of exploitation in the world today. Fortunately, authorities are investigating, but how deep does this go?
It's a huge issue, and I'm glad they're working with Interpol, but it makes you wonder how many similar cases go unnoticed. Now back to the Middle East. Did you hear about the missile strike in Tel Aviv from Iran? Tensions are rising.
Yeah, that's escalating quickly. The strike hit central Tel Aviv, not far from U.S. embassy-linked buildings. It's like everything's just stacking on top of each other, one conflict after another. Do you think we're heading toward a bigger confrontation?
It certainly feels that way. And with Trump allegedly opposing an Israeli plan to assassinate Khamenei, it just adds another layer to the already complicated U.S.-Israel relationship. Who's really pulling the strings behind the scenes?
That's the question. The differing narratives from both sides make it even more confusing. Is it a strategic play by Israel? Or is Trump trying to avoid getting pulled deeper into the Middle East?
It's hard to say, but we'll be keeping an eye on all these developments. There's a lot happening in the world right now. It's tough to keep up, but we have to, right?
Definitely. It's all interconnected, and understanding the bigger picture is so important. Hopefully, things calm down soon, but we can only hope for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
We'll be back with more updates next time. Stay safe and informed, folks.